And we're back with more Project Zomboid Trailer Trash. So we're checking out the new changes to propane. So we've got a full propane torch. I'm going to repair this door. Oof. Okay, that uses up a lot of propane. I'll just check this next one. Yeah, that's what, like 20% of the torch with each repair? That's a lot. We're actually going to be in trouble with this. So they've changed it so each propane torch now has less juice in it effectively. But I think the propane tanks now do more recharges for a torch. So, I mean, that all seems to balance out, except we don't have any propane tanks. So if we hit the point where I can't repair our cars anymore, yeah, that's seriously quite a problem. So I think propane has leapt ahead of things in our list of priorities above even cigarettes. We're going to have to get ourselves some propane tanks. Fortunately, we were planning a trip to Riverside anyway, and Riverside does have a bunch of propane tanks in it. Not a ton, maybe 5 or 6, but that should be plenty. Okay, so we've been repairing our car. Just got to make sure these tyres have pressure or they'll fall off as we try to drive out of here. We've packed some wood and a bunch of other stuff to build a forward operating base once we get to Riverside. And that's our future for the next, I don't know, long while. Okay, the truck's repaired, bags are packed, and we are on the road to Riverside. So we cleared out the north/northwest end of Riverside way back when we raided its gun store and its graveyard. But even on our super low respawn settings, more things will have popped up. Still been meaning to take that stop sign out, haven't got around to it. Okay, yeah, so we just head straight down this road and it's the second left on that road. Okay, that should be fine. We've driven this road many times and it's pretty clear these days. There's like one patch where we occasionally have 3 or 4 zombies standing on the road, meaning there's doubtless more off in the forest, but that's not really an issue. There's even a gas station on the way to Riverside which is cleared and should be set up with a generator so we can fill up our newly repaired gas tank. Yep. Now we haven't been here in a while either, so let's just drive around first and be a little bit cautious. Leave the van or the trailer out on the road. I forget which side of the truck we fuel up on. Okay, looks like it's this side. Well, we got it the second time. Alright, make sure you turn the generator off. And then the gas in these will last you forever. Okay, so that's the farm where we found a truck and some scarecrows. So should be the next turn off. And yeah, the very next turn off. There's usually, or there was a couple of zombies lingering around after the, or yeah, right here. Okay, right there, those guys. I think we killed the last set that were here, but let's take these guys out. Wow, look at those goddamn velociraptors just circling us. I know at some point PC made that change so the zombies wouldn't head towards you in a straight line and they'd all bottleneck and bounce each other around. They sort of fanned out a bit as they came towards you, but with sprinters it's really obvious that they're taking these wide arcing paths towards you. It's more dangerous, it's a little strange. Wow, this place is definitely overgrown to what it usually looks like on a day one. Normally this area is just pristinely open, an excellent spot to fight, other than the fact there's nothing here worth fighting over. But if you're in northern Riverside, it's a decent place to fight on these fences on this road. So our goal should be right up ahead. Now we actually cleared a bunch of this stuff recently as well when we went in for our sports car and raided for cigarettes, but up ahead should be the, I don't know what we call it, junkyard? Scrap lot? That is where we're going to set up base. Now again, normally you'd have nice big open pristine sight lines. We're going to have to deal with 100+ trees in there, with each tree having 2 zombies hiding behind it, no doubt. So we might end up cutting all those trees down. We'll see. There's actually more there than I thought, so don't know. Okay, so there's one gate we need to barricade up. That's pretty easy. I don't want to jump out of the car now and start barricading it though. Let's do a little bit of clearing in the area. So that means we're going to have to do a little bit of honking first and draw the nearest, whatever, 50 or so zombies. Again, we've already cleared up at this area at least somewhat. So I could probably sneak in and just do it, but I'll be more confident and comfortable if we lure in another wave worth of stuff. And fortunately, the truck pulls things in pretty damn well. At some point, we'll probably go get our ambulance as well. That's part of our plan, to lure things out of town towards us. Okay, so a bunch of these things seem to be coming from what is essentially the wilderness, or that long strip up the river. Okay, now there are some things coming from more directions that would have been more of an issue to us. Whether or not we'd have ever had to fight them if we didn't make such a racket. But hey, a dead zombie is a dead zombie. Oh, jam. Again, on the ultra low respawn settings, they do stay dead, so that's good. Now the hope is we can actually do a lot of the clearing this town with our shotgun and save our 308. Well, actually, 308 ammo is not a problem, it's the durability of our rifle that's the problem. And our 9mm ammunition is a problem. Yeah, so hopefully we can do a bunch of this with our shotgun. Nope. I would really rather not run too many of these guys over now that we know our propane situation is actually quite precarious. This is one issue. When you start honking like this, you really have to stick around and clear the area, or you'll just lure more things to the area, and then they sort of wander off and hide places where you think they shouldn't. So it's a bit of a commitment. Once you get started, you've sort of got to go all in. Okay, well, that seems to be all the ones in the area. Our moodles are taken care of, so let's do something about this gate. Now, obviously, if we drove our truck in there, we could use it as a base and that sort of thing, but we're going to barricade up this gate, so we couldn't get it out. It's easy enough, I think, to leave the truck out here. We'll probably get some of those cars that are in there working. We are a master mechanic, after all. And we brought enough wood, so we should just be able to quickly knock up a indestructible barricade here. I say indestructible, but they aren't exactly. We might actually try the variant with the door frame instead of the low fence. I'm a little hesitant to experiment, but I've heard that crawlers can damage a low fence, which then lets people destroy the path blocker behind it. Whereas if you use just a wall frame, apparently crawlers can't destroy those. I'll probably end up double stacking the wall, because experimenting's fine and all that, but not when you're risking your life. So we'll start with the wooden wall frames, put some crates behind them, but then I said we might put another layer in. Yeah, so that doesn't take us long to knock up. We probably could have done this without attracting any zombies' attention. But, you know, those ones are dead now. That's good. Okay, so we'll probably build another layer behind that at some point, or put some furniture there or something. Now, there really shouldn't be any zombies in here now. I mean, maybe in the building, but out here, they really ought to have been summoned by all that gunfire and honking. Nevertheless, we're gonna act as if it's hot. So obviously we've got to check this building, but that means we check the sides, we check the rear. In our armor, one zombie, unless he gets up behind us, one zombie. It's not a huge threat, but I mean, your hands still only get like the 25, 50%, whatever, bite protection. So you never want to let something just take a couple of swings at you. Okay, that looks clear. Now, it could have a house alarm, though. Now, a house alarm actually summons things from way, way further than car honking and rifle shots and things like that. So sort of got to decide, if I got a house alarm, would I run back to the truck, or would I stay here and fend them off? I could probably just stay here and fight, but let's grab some other stuff first. Let's get some of the stuff out of the car. We'll come back with some ammunition and food as well. And we'll just make a bit of a stockpile in there, just in case we set off an alarm and we get like 40 guys hanging out at this front entrance. Now, getting this generator in is going to be a bit of a problem, because you can't jump a wall with a generator, though I can throw myself through this, I believe. It just, we could actually injure ourselves, so that's a bit of an oopsie. We should have done that first. Okay, looks like we got lucky. So the generator's not really necessary. All it's going to do is give us light. At some point, I guess we could put a fridge and oven in there, but we don't have those at the moment. So that's like our third trip out to the truck, and all we're doing at the moment is just bringing stuff in case we get a house alarm. You know, odds are we won't, but these things happen, and I guess what I often tell people with sprinters, it's when you die, you probably died 5 minutes earlier. You know, you probably died from the mistake you made, not the actual swinging and pushing and fighting, the decision to get into that. Okay, so I'm actually going to knock some stairs up here first. I don't know why, this building's just giving me a bad vibe. So we can hang some sheet rope. Make a nice little flying fortress. So you also do a little bit of a walk too on the top of a building like this, just to make sure it is actual pathable. Usually this sort is, but some weirder buildings have things that look real and aren't. Okay, so we've got 2 sheet ropes up now. I don't have a sledgehammer to take out the stairs though. I could go back out to my car, but now well, I'm pretty sure that was just me. You know what, I think we might actually just sleep in here. We've got plenty of cars we can sleep in. We are rounds to 100% sure there are no zombies in here. In the morning we can finish setting things up and then check that house. I said there's probably not a house alarm, but you're not paranoid if they really are trying to kill you. Okay, well, the rain is actually going to maybe make it harder to move this barrel. I don't know if I can empty this and then pick it up before it gets any rain in it again. Okay, it looks like we can. It must give it a little grace period where it doesn't pick up water again. So we'll chuck that up here. So I'm intending to spend quite a while clearing out Riverside, so that's why I'm bringing rain collector barrels. That's why we're going to plumb a sink. I'll probably put some crops down at some point. I mean, again, we could have just brought cans and cereal and other stuff like that, but I'm a bit of a farmer, so... Okay, let's actually get in here and have a look. And if I go through that, am I going to walk across that bin and that desk? Let's try the other one. I don't think so. I think the bin would... Yeah, the bin, I think we could have just stepped on. Oh well. Okay, so we've got a water dispenser there. That's useful. The desk, I think we can put our sink on. Well, the area looks clear. I'm not seeing any zombies nearby. Okay, so we've been assuming this place is clear, but we should really just get out there and check. I'm not going to be comfortable until I've walked around the whole perimeter. I mean, I'm not going to be really comfortable until we take all these trees out, but for now, at least walking around the whole thing will make me more at ease. So once we've got this place fully fortified, we've got all these cars as treasure as well, so most of these will have radios and batteries and headlights, and some of them will even have, you know, good quality tires and bodywork and all that sort of stuff. So there's quite a treasure trove here. I really hope that I don't somehow get that blue car to fall on me at any point. That would be an amusing way to go. I have no idea if the game's physics allows for that sort of thing. I guess it must have collisions between cars and people, but I don't know if just gravity collisions will get the job done. Anyway, so these trees down here, we'll probably have to cut it down as well, as in the ones inside and the ones outside the fence, because the plan will be to lure zombies to this fence and blast them with our shotgun, and it just makes sense to clear a bunch of this line of sight blocking stuff like that. I didn't see that car until I came within that close to it, and that's a car. God knows how many cars are back here. Yep, A couple of cars. There might even be a car behind all that stuff. Yeah, so we've got quite a lot of trees we've got to take out, but fortunately we've been hoarding axes and hand axes and wood glue, and we'll make it work. Now this vehicle is an emergency vehicle, so this is a siren, which... Oh, and here's its car key. Well, it's a car key. Yep, it's this one's car key. Good. Yeah, so we might be able to... Oh, I wonder how long that bird's been there. We might be able to use this to lure some zombies in, although we've got our ambulance at home. Hey, cigarettes! Excellent. Yeah, we've got our ambulance at home that we were intending to bring back, but we could have an alarm inside and outside the fence to really sort of draw things here and hold them. Okay, so this is going to be our new forward operating base, and we've got our safe zone around it. If I twist the map, would that look better? Yeah, that'll look better. So we've got this area that we've now barricaded off, and... Oh, okay, just twist it back. Well, that doesn't help anything. Yeah, so now we've got to start making this area more livable before we start heading into town, luring zombies up towards us, and hopefully blast them. Ideally, we take them out in big chunks with a shotgun, and we can loot them all at the same time. So before we start ringing the dinner bell, we want to get all our infrastructure set up. First things first, that means water. I mean, obviously, we could carry 50 filled bottles of water in that truck. We could easily carry a month of water in our truck. But we're actually going to be drinking quite a lot of it because the weather is starting to get warmer and warmer. Okay, there we go. Sink is plumbed and drinkable. While we're here, I can probably actually get rid of these tables. We don't really have any use for them in here. You don't get a debuff for eating without a table or anything like that. And I think they can fortify our front barricade a little bit more. Gotta drop this out of my bag. There we go. And I think we had filing cabinets we could add to that as well. Okay, so now even if that front layer was broken, there should be a second layer of defense there. I've heard those door frames will stop zombies getting through. It's not my usual setup, so, don't want to risk it, or at least I want to be careful. Okay, I would prefer it not to be raining while we're going out on our first little trip, but really I just want to get to this house and steal a fridge. We've travelled in this area a bit before, and we just did a ton of honking here, so there really shouldn't be anything here. Yeah, so the front door being broken down and the windows being smashed is a good sign. That means whatever was in there has come out. Although you can see with this terrain, it's really hard to make sure we're 100% alone. Make sure you take the broken glass out. Stop and listen once we get inside. I certainly don't hear anything. Okay, so I think I did forget how damn heavy fridges are, so I actually have to... I don't know, I have to actually drop a bunch of our stuff on the ground. That's not cool. So I had to drop down a 1 pistol and 1 melee weapon. Now I could have picked all that stuff up by juggling the fridge in a one hand, which is weird, but hey, it works. But we're going to want to come back for that oven anyway. So I'm putting the fridge up on the roof because people who live on the ground floor during a zombie apocalypse are suckers. Oh, I dropped all my canteens as well. So I'm starting to get thirsty. Yeah, let's get that oven while we're here. We seem destined to be stuck with green ovens. Now we can grab all this. Okay, as long as we don't try to jog over a fence. Anything here? Oh yeah, we can take this corned beef. I could go for some corned beef. As we are getting to, well, closer to 2 years into the apocalypse, in theory, a lot of canned food and stuff should start going bad as well. Okay, so we've loaded a bunch of our supplies on this roof, but we are going to build an actual proper base up here, which means we've got to cut down a whole heap of trees. Okay, everybody, I'm going to leave it here. So obviously we're going to have to work on this junkyard for a bit, and that should be a lot of fun. And then we're heading to Riverside, and then begins the killing. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll catch you on the next one. You have a great day.